Module 1. Success. 1. A. Reading.
Odd jobs, all in a day's work. Doctor, police officer, lawyer, teacher. Everybody has heard of these jobs, but the most interesting jobs are not always the most obvious. Here are a few people who think they have some of the best jobs in the world, and it is possible that you have never even considered them. Brad Taylor has enjoyed examining paintings since he was a child. He could tell the difference between a Van Gogh and a Da Vinci before he was 7. What, you may ask, is that? Well, Brad makes his living by using various techniques to distinguish between a real painting and a fake.
I think what I do is a service to mankind,
says Brad.
Paintings by Botticelli and Renoir are priceless, not only because they are exceptionally beautiful works of art, but because they tell us a lot about the period of time in history in which they were painted. These paintings are therefore a rich source of information for us, and it is essential that they be preserved and protected.
Brad works for a prestigious company that examines paintings for museums.
I might spend most of my time alone with only an old painting to keep me company, but I wouldn't change what I do for anything in the world,
he says with a big smile on his face. Gus Wong is a fingerprint analyst at a police station. His job is responsible and maybe more exciting than Brad's. Analysts use fingerprints to identify criminals.
Criminals can move away, change their hair colour, even their names,
says Gus.
But they can't change their fingerprints.
That way, even if a criminal has changed his name, he can be identified. Many employers also require them to have a post-secondary degree.
You need good computer skills, an eye for detail and a lot of patience,
adds Gus.
I have analysed thousands of individual fingerprints over my career. It is often exhausting, but I have seen many criminals convicted because of evidence that I found.
Richard Beamish also does a job that is beneficial to the public, but in a different way. Richard is an avalanche forecaster, and he works for a ski resort in the Monashee Mountains. It's his job to take a look at mountain weather, check the snow, and write up forecasts, reports, and special warnings in order to inform people. For the past 3 years, every winter, Richard has been heading out into the mountains before the sun rises in the morning to see what has happened to the snow since his last forecast. He examines the snow, performs tests, and takes note of any changes in the weather. After getting samples of the snow from different areas, Richard prepares an avalanche advisory that people can access by internet, phone, or email to find out about how safe it is to travel in the area. Richard loves the outdoors and doesn't mind the fact that he spends 75% of his time sliding around in the snow. He has a science degree, although it is not a formal requirement for the job. All avalanche forecasters must be certified by the Canadian Avalanche Association. But Richard says,
"The one thing that is absolutely necessary in our world of unpredictable snow is personal experience.